Hello and welcome to how to build a Flash website basic requirements. To continue from the previous video, let's proceed with making buttons work. So first, let's insert a new layer and then let's just name it BTN for button. And then we'll make our own button. We will use the rectangle tool to make our own button. Take a closer look at the rectangle options. You have here the option to make the edges of a rectangle curved or smooth. So let's try to drag it a bit and then see, we have here our button with no sharp edges. And then we will convert this shape into a symbol, and that symbol would be a button. And let's try to test it. See, it's a button. Now we will try to modify the button. I'll just quickly make this one into a button with different colors of your states for up, over, and down. Okay, now let's try to test it. See, you have your button, up yellow, over orange, brown when you click it. Now, how do we make it interactive? So we add an action script. First, let me just add a new layer intended for action script for buttons. Let's name it AS3_button. By the way, before we forget, we must give that button an instance name so that we can use our button for action script. So let's just name this Y_button. Then going back to our action script for button layer, on the first frame, let's type Y_btn, which is the name of our button, and then let's add an event listener to it. An event listener is something like your mobile phone, where it listens for new messages to come and then informs you that there is a new message on your phone. So let's continue. We have a code hint here if you are having trouble in trying to enter your codes. The event listener that you are going to use will be called the mouse event. And when you select it on the code hints, it will automatically add this line, import flash events mouse event, because it will be a library that Flash will use for mouse events. And then what event will that button listen to? Well, it's a mouse event, and that mouse event is a click. And then we're going to add here the name of the function that will run when Y button receives that click from mouse event. So let's just name here change text. You can name anything here as long as it's easy for you to remember. So here we're going to create a function, and then the name of the function, open parenthesis, E, which could be any letter, and then the event that will be listened to by that function. So here it's mouse event, and then void, because this function here will not return anything. So what will our clicking of the button do? So let's try to trace it first. Trace is a very useful command for Flash development. It doesn't actually do anything in the finished movie, but its role is to provide tracking and debugging information during the development of your movie. Okay, so I'll just say here trace button clicked. So this will display on my output window that the button is clicked. So let's try to test the movie. when I click it, see, button click. Every time I click the button, it displays the button clicked trace. Now let's just comment it out with the use of double slash, just like in C and C++. Now this is what we want to do. Every time your button is clicked, we will try to replace the content of your dynamic text. So to do that, we have dtext.text, and then we'll replace the original content of dtext with yellow clicked text. Okay, so let's try to test this one. So here you go. We have the original text from the previous video, and then when we click it, it changed to yellow clicked text. More of the functionality of the action script and buttons will be used during the building the Flash website proper. So I'll see you in the next part of this courseware, building the Flash website. Thanks for watching.